Hi guys, so today I'm going to start with my eyes again, and I'm going to prime my eyelids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original one, and I'm going to blend it out with my finger. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set it with the Foxy shadow from the Naked 2 palette, and that's going to brighten up my brow bone, my eyelid, and it's going to make the eyeshadows blend a lot easier. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab gradually browns from lightest to darkest to give a nice transition with a nice smoky color, because I don't want to go in with direct black. That's the palette I'm going to be using. And that's the lightest brown shade up to the darkest brown shade on the left. And you'll see me blending out from the transition shade, and it's going to get darker and darker and darker. I'm going to use these really warm brown. I really like this one, and I'm going to use that to blend all of the rest of the eyeshadows with. So as you see, I'm blending everything out, and then I'm going to a dark brown because I don't want to go in with a direct black and make everything messy, because it's harder to blend, so it looks a bit nicer too. So I'm blending with the same warm color, and that's the darkest brown I'm going to use there, and I'm just going to spread it around and blend it with the same brush. Next, from the Naked 2 palette, I'm going to use Blackout by Urban Decay. I love this black eyeshadow. It's seriously the best eyeshadow that I've ever had. Like, for the matte blacks, it's so pigmented and so creamy. I really like it. With this round smudger brush, I'm going to smudge everything around, and then I'm going to grab from the matte palette this green shade, and I'm going to pair it up with the brown and the black to gradually fade into what would be the glitter and the glitter. And with the smudger brush, I'm just going to basically smudge everything around and then blend it with the warm shade the warm brown shade that I was using in the beginning. So yeah, I go back in with Blackout from Urban Decay, so to get that like desired black look at the tail, because I'm also going to use winged liner. Now with this palette, I'm going to grab this emerald green, and that's going to go right under the glitter. I'm using this so it looks much more pigmented and opaque, and it's going to gradually blend with the green I put earlier on. So I really like how it looks, and I'm kind of cutting the crease. I'm not going to blend it upwards, I'm just kind of cutting the crease at the inner corner of my eye. And I continue blending with the same green I used and reapplying the emerald metally green. And that's the same Blackout by Urban Decay with the smudger brush. Smudging everything outwards, because I am going to be doing a wing, I think I said that, and with the Maybelline Eyestudio in Blackest Black. I don't really know what it's called, I just put it here. So yeah, I'm going to trace out the wing at first, because if I put the glitter and then I try to put the liner on top, it's going to get all chunky and glittery, and it's going to be much harder to do a wing. So I like to trace out the wing liner first, and it doesn't matter if it's messy or anything, because I'm going to be using a wet wipe to remove excess and to sharpen up my liner. Well, I'm just tracing it with the gel, and I will be going over it with liquid liner to make it sharper, I'd say so. So yeah, dusting off the fallout, and now with the wet wipe, I'm removing everything that's not supposed to be there to get that sharp wing. This is the Essence liner, the liquid liner, the one I have been using for a few months now. I really like it. I've seen in my other videos. So yeah, sorry, I'm getting like really sore. Yeah. I'm just winging it out, making it really sharp at the end. I'm not going to make it too thick because I don't want it to like overpower the glitter. So yeah. Tip number 1 for applying glitter. If you don't have glitter glue, the best thing I could suggest would be using a clear gloss. And the glitter sticks to it like you have no idea, and it won't fall off. I wore it the whole day, and nothing fell off, nothing fell into my eye. Now I'm going to be using these glitters. These are craft glitters. Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're called. They're not cosmetic grade glitter, so I have to be really careful because it could hurt my eyes. You just have to be really careful, but I really like using the gloss because no glitter falls into my eyeball, as gross as it sounds. So I really like it because it makes it stick and it lasts and it does not hurt my eyes, so it's a win-win situation for me right there. So as you can see, I'm just sharpening it up a bit, just dusting off the fallout and applying the winged liner on top. As you can see, I did not put glitter on top of the winged liner. I'm just sharpening it up in case there was some glitter fallout on top of the liner, and I really want it to look really nice. So I'm going to grab a wet wipe and remove the excess glitter that's under my eye, and then I'm going to curl my lashes and apply a thin coat of mascara. And I thought I would change things up a bit. I will be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. And I'm going to apply also lashes off camera. I'll be using the Revlon Dramatic Volume. I'm really not sure what they're called. They're right here, and I'll also write them in the description box. And I'm going to apply a thin coat of mascara with the lashes on to make them stick a lot better. Next, onto brows. I'm going to use the Fluidline Gel Cream by MAC, and I'm going to use it on my brows and fill them in as normal. I'm speeding things up a bit because you've seen me do my brows millions of times, and I've also done them with this. I thought I'd just speed it up. I'm sorry, I can't talk. Speed it up a little bit so you can still see what I'm doing, but it's not so long and boring. I mean, I really like doing brows. I think it's one of my favorite things of doing my makeup, but I'm just speeding it through so you see how I do my brows with the gel cream, the pomade, whatever it's called. I really like it though. I really like how it looks, especially for dramatic looks. I like using that. The next thing I'm going to be doing is combing my brows and then cleaning up under my brow and on top of my brow, so I don't have to go with a lot of foundation near my brow and mess it up. Under my brow is going to be a lighter concealer color, and on top of my brow is going to be a darker one. To set the concealer under my brow, I'm going to use Foxy from the Naked 2 palette, and then I'm going to go on to cleaning up the top of the brow. This is a darker shade because I did get a tan. I went on holiday and I did get a tan, but this concealer tone does not match me completely, so it's still light enough to lift my brow. I really like it. It's going to make my brow look really neat, and not crisp, but really neat and perfected for this look. Then I'm going to set my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel and move on to my face. I'm going to use the Guerlain Météorite Perles. I really don't know how to say it properly, but I'm also going to be using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer around my T-zone and on my cheeks to get a more flawless look and to mattify especially my nose. As you can see, nice attractive faces I make. So yeah, I'm patting it down, smoothing it down. And then for foundation, I'm going to use an oldie but a goodie, the Estée Lauder Double Wear Light in the shade 2, Intensity 2.0. So yeah, since I did get a tan on holiday, I have to try to match it to my shoulders. It's still a bit light, but if I match it completely to my shoulders, I'd be like 50 shades darker. So it's the closest I can get without looking like too over the top. And I'm going to blend everything out with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. So first I'm doing my cheeks, then I'm going to do my upper lip and my nose and my chin, and then I'm going to do my forehead. And I am speeding this up a bit because it's kind of boring. You've seen me put my foundation on so many times, so yeah, it's the same things I always do. Apply it, blend, and just drag something a little bit down my neck. Next, I'm going to use a color corrector by LA Colors because I did not sleep well the night before, and I'm going to blend it out with a damp, tiny sponge. And then I'm going to use mint oil and the concealer palette, and I'm going to conceal those under eye bags. Now don't worry, the mint is not burning my eyes or anything. It's really, really light. It's just like a scent. It's an aroma. So it doesn't burn my eyes. And then with the concealer, that's actually my shade, and a lighter one, I'm going to highlight my face and clean up everything. Get as close as I can to the wing. And with the contour brush by Real Techniques, I'm going to blend everything out, and also using the tiny sponge under my eyes and next to the wing. Next, with the same brush, I'm going to conceal next to my nose, on my chin, my upper lip, highlight a little bit my forehead to balance everything out. And blend with the same brush and the same sponge. So with the Real Techniques sponge, I make sure there's no excess product. And now this shade is going to be my blush, my cream blush. I'm going to apply it really lightly, and then with this shade I'm going to bronze up my face a little, just as last time. For this look I really want a bronzy look. I don't want much blush or anything. I really want it bronzed and highlighted. I'm applying it on my forehead and buffing it out with one of those oval brushes. And with the Femme Couture Mineral Effects Illuminator, I'm going to bake under my eyes. And I'm going to be baking on my eyes, right next to my nose, and also a bit on my chin, and right under the contour bronze thing I did. I apologize for the dogs in the background, they won't stop barking, but yeah. After letting it sit for a while, I'm going to brush it off. I'm going to brush off the bakage, and the only thing I don't like about baking is that it can dry my under eyes out a little bit, but hey, it's either creasing or just a tiny bit dry under eye, so yeah, obviously no creasing. Next, I'm going to bronze my face a hell of a lot. Like, I don't bronze that much ever, so I'm going to bronze my face with that really dark shade and contour a tiny bit using Fawn from the Light Medium kit of Anastasia Beverly Hills to look sharp and crisp and bronzy and, I don't know, to get that glow. For my nose contour, I'm going to be using the same Fawn shade, and with a fluffy brush I'm going to go around it just a tiny bit, a little bit. Then I'm going to use that blush. It looks kind of orangey on camera, but it's really quite orangey red, and just tone it down with that peachy shade I have. Next, using the MAC Global Glow, I'm going to give a golden bronze sheen to my face. As you can see, I normally don't use this, but I really like it for this look. And I can't use it when I'm really pale, so I'm really taking a chance with this, and since I'm tan and everything, it looks quite nice. So I really like how this looks. It looks gorgeous. So yeah, it starts illuminating a bit my cheeks, and I'm not using it as a highlight though. Then the tip number 1 for my highlight, you use a makeup setting spray, and then you let it sit for a while, and just before it dries, you apply your highlight. So as you see, to speed up the process, I'm just fanning my face. And I'm using the same highlighter I always use. I love it so much. It's like a champagne gold. And that's how I'm highlighting my face. And yes, I got a new fan brush. I really like this brush for highlighting. I've been looking for a specific one because sometimes they're too thin, sometimes they're too fat, and I really wanted one like this. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm going heavy with the highlighter as per usual, and I'm blending it in with the Global Glow by MAC. So as you can see, it's a very highlighted, glowy, bronzy face. I really like this. And then I'm going to be spritzing a little bit more of the setting spray by Australis and fanning my face to let it dry a bit. And back to eyes, I'm going to use Blackout and that green matte shade under my eyes to give it a darker, smokier look. I think it looks really weird when I don't put shadow under my eyes. And for lips, I'm going to be using a MAC Cream Sheen in Japanese Maple and an Essence Gloss. It's a really nude, light, pale look. Yeah, they're well loved. I really like them. But yeah, with the gloss, I'll be finishing this makeup look. I hope you really like this. I had lots of fun creating it. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!